On this episode of Searchers, we're back at the LeMoyne Crematory.
Ooh, I know what that is. Hey, I just got my first Civil War era find here.
Another Civil War find at the crematory.
On Searchers, we combine myth and history to find the truth.
We are back at it, back at the crematory, and it is cold as all get out. It's windy. You can see we're all bundled up, but you know, we have an archaeological excavation coming up, and before that, we wanted to do it one more time because why? We got new coils. That's right, huge coils. And we wanted to see if we could pick anything up maybe a little bit deeper that we missed with the other ones. So let's see what we can find. We've been working a little bit, haven't really found anything, but you know, who knows? You could, you know, there's, nope. A little bit of bits of junk and stuff up here still. You know, we picked up a lot of it along the side of this building. Let's see what happens. Oh. Now that's what you want to hear right there. Repeatable 81 signal. Let's see what we got. Wait a second. Come here, check this out. It's right on the surface. It's definitely a coin. It's a coin. Oh, and it is a large coin. Look at that. Well, that's different. It's not American, I can tell you that much. Wait, let's see here. 1957, but it's a Mexican coin. What in the world would a Mexican coin be doing up here? You know, I don't know, maybe with the house next door, someone, I mean, who would have dropped that? It's larger than a penny. You know, and I think it might be a centavo maybe, I'm not sure. We'll clean it up, check it out. And during the reveal, we'll have a little more information on it. So it's a 1957 D8 centavos, which is 10 centavos.
I don't know how you find a Mexican coin at a site that predates the Civil War, sitting on the surface.
Right on the surface, which is amazing. And it's in good shape. So
yeah, it is in good shape.
I mean, it was probably dropped in the 60s.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's very sweet.
Interesting find.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so we got permission to hunt the property on the other side of the crematory, which at the time of the crematory would have been LeMoyne's property, so we're pretty much in the same area. I got a hit on the E-track. It's coming up about 1232, 1234, 1235. It's kind of bouncing around a little bit. I got a round ball one of the last times that we were here. It rang up about the same, so I'm not sure if I'm hoping I have another round ball here and it's lead again. So let's see what we got. Oh, this is cool. Well, it's lead. It's also brass and nickel. It's a cartridge, a very old cartridge. You can see the lead's pretty white, so it's been in the ground for a while. And it's a rimmed case. So, judging by the size of it, I'm gonna say that's a 32 Smith & Wesson, which is early to 1900s, maybe 1930-ish. So, doesn't really date back to the time of the crematory, but I got lead, it's just not a round ball. I'm still learning my E-track. The thing is way more accurate than I'm ever going to be. It's telling me 626, 726, 27-ish. That's telling me coin. See what we got. If it is a coin, it'll be the first coin I got with my E-track. The leaves out of the way. The soil under these trees, you can see it's so loose. There ain't no cutting plugs. Yeah, there ain't no cutting plugs, that's for certain. Okay, where did my signal go? Just saying it's there, it's not lying to me.
We're now 10 minutes into this
Yeah.
search, and we have nothing. My hands are cold, and I'm running out of space on my of memory to film with. So, yeah.
Well, my cameraman left me. He got bored and just went home. Now, actually, Clay had to go to work. Clay, I found it. In my defense, it was on its edge. So that's why I was having so much problems with the signal and finding it. The best part about it is, it's a Lincoln. What can I say? But I found it.
You know, I wouldn't have kept digging for that thing if the tone hadn't been so good and so strong. What the problem seemed to be was this was a high trash area. So every time I put the pinpointer in, I'm picking up little bits and pieces of wire and some hot rocks and stuff that were laying in there. Everything but the penny.
But it comes down to, you know, when you have a tone like that, you got to find out
You've
what
got
it
to
is.
dig it. You've got to dig it. Also, I was mistaken. It ain't a Lincoln. It is a Wheatie. So there's that much.
That makes it a little bit better.
Yeah. So.
Hey, I think I got a coin or something over here. All right, I had this really decent signal. It's kind of a mid-tone though, but it's gonna run 58, 60, and right there I could see an edge of something. Don't even have to pull the pinpointer out. It's in the plug. I think I have coin. I can see it. It has a nice edge to it. Let's just pop it out. Oh, it's not a coin. Oh, it's a nice little flat button. Check it out. Yes, look at that nice button. It might be, it looks like it has some either gilting on it, maybe some silver gilt, or it could be a tomback. I'm not sure. I think it might be a tomback. Beautiful button. Now, if it's a tomback, that could definitely be 18th century. I don't see anything on the back of it. I'm going 18th century flat button. Awesome find up here at the crematory. You know, I have this signal here. It's like reading 40, 45, a little gravelly sometimes, but you know, it comes back repeatable. You know, it's better safe than sorry. I think I'm gonna check this one out just to see what it is. All right, got it pinpointed. Oh, let's see if we can get the... Oh, you know what's nice? Yeah, although it's colder than I'll get out right now, the last time we were up here, it was so stinking dry, but with all this rain, it makes cutting plugs a pleasure right now. All right, let's see what we got here. I can hear it right down in there. Where are you at? Might be just a little bit deeper. Yeah. Where are you at? Oh! Wait a second. Oh, check it out. It's a button. I mean, it's not a flat button. It's a two-piece button. You know, oh, it is so corroded on the top. I'm gonna tell you what I think it might be. I can see what it is on top right now. This is a two-piece button, but it's a general service button. You can just barely make out the eagle on the front. That means it's Civil War. We already found a mini ball just on the other side of that tree, and you know what? Thinking about it, that 69 caliber ball that had the buck and ball impressions on it, it's probably Civil War related as well. Another Civil War find at the crematory. So possibly they were up here camping after coming up that long hill, that march out of town going south, coming up South Main Street. This would be the perfect spot to sit down, rest your men before heading on out. We'll have to clean it up, see what's on it. Sometimes inside that little shield there might be a marking for who knows what, but it's definitely general service. Maybe we can narrow it down a little bit more after some cleaning.
You got two buttons?
Yeah, I mean, one, 18th century. I mean, it's 18th century all day because it's a tomback button. They're typically cast and spun. Tomback's a type of metal.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one, I think, is even better than the 18th century button because it's my first Civil War button.
Cool.
Yeah, a general service button, but the really interesting thing, if you look inside the shield, it has an A. So it was an artillery button, probably off of a cuff because of the size.
Very cool. Very cool. Just watch your step. Because the last time we let some schmuck come out and detect that was supposed to be behind the camera and he found a couple of buttons, now he's not allowed to have detector anymore, so be careful.
No, he isn't.
All right, so I got a mixed signal here. Not really sure what I got. I'm hoping it's a coin, but we'll see what we got. I got the hole opened up already. I can just see the edge of something here, and it's round. So I'm hoping it's a coin. Huh. Not exactly sure what that is. It looked like a coin. It's not a coin. It looks brass, bronze maybe. Don't think it's copper. I'm not sure what that is. This looks like this is going to entail a little bit of research to figure it out. So, I guess stay tuned. We'll find out what I got here. Cool.
So I remember you're kind of working in an area that was all kind of, looks like it was pushed or something like that.
It wasn't pushed, it was shoved.
And you got that. What is that out of there?
Well, it took a little figuring. When I first dug it up, I thought it was like an escutcheon for a lock plate where you just, covers the, but it didn't quite fit. And then the more I looked at it, you could see 3 rivets in it, and then also a cut where there was something inside of it. So, like my good friend the archaeologist, I did a little bit of online searching and found out that what this is a latchet off of a Civil War era dispatch case.
Wow.
So basically, there would have been a piece of leather in the back of it, and sort of like the hasps that you see on a boat where it comes over and then it's got the hook up through it and you put the padlock through. Same thing, basically, smaller version with a leather strap. So you could lock the case to keep it from being opened up.
That's awesome because, now we, not only do we have that, we have the button.
Yeah.
And then we
found
have,
in the same general vicinity as well.
The 3-ring.
Yep.
Bullet, and I'm pretty sure that round ball in the buck that we found with is probably Civil War as well.
Most likely. So we took it from a crematory site to an honest-to-God Civil War site.
There could be more up there.
There very well could be.
We need to get back up.
I think so.
We're back at the LeMoyne Crematory, which was built in 1876, looking for a road that would have been here possibly 100 years prior to its construction. It was the old road that ran from Washington to Redstone Old Fort. If we can identify the old roadbed, which appears to have been laid with sandstone, it would be an important discovery for this part of the county because that road would have been used by the early inhabitants to come out here and settle this portion of the region. So what we're going to do is we're actually opening up about a 1.5 meter long trench by 50 centimeters wide. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that down through what they call the A horizon, which you can see here. It's this dark patches of soil. That's where all your organics are in. That's what you plant in. Down to what we call the B horizon, which is this stuff down here. This is the stuff that typically is culturally sterile on landforms up on top of hills like this. But this is where we're going to stop. We might go a little bit into it just to make sure. What we're looking for is all that rock. And we initially opened up this section and we found a couple pieces down here, but not in the concentrations that we found when we were out here doing the metal detector survey. So we're expanding it 50 more centimeters this way, and hopefully we'll find that road.
You've been an archaeologist for how many years?
25 years.
25 years. In that amount of time, how many holes have you dug that you found nothing in?
If I had a penny,
A weedy?
a weedy,
A weedy.
a centavo,
Okay.
for every negative hole that I have dug,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't be an archaeologist.
I understand that.
I'd be rich.
You don't want to be me. Set your sights a little higher.
It's true. I get it now. Oh my God, I can't believe I missed that.
We have a pile of stones, and this one right here, we have some fire-cracked rock in here also. So this stuff appears to have been dumped in here. And I've been trying to expand this hole a little bit to try to follow the direction of the rock. But you can tell by looking at this that some of this stuff has been dumped in here. It appears to extend this way. Although there's some back here.
Oh yeah.
Maybe what we need to do is just square this off.
All right, so we finished our excavation for the trench here today, and you know, we haven't seen any kind of evidence that gives us an idea that there was an old road bed through here. As you can see, we have the A horizon here, and then we're right down on top of the subsoil, and there's nothing. So we have proven that it isn't a road. However, if you can look right back here, here is the original hole that we found the coin and all the stone in that we thought was the road bed. Although it's not that, it is some kind of feature. So, you know, talking with Carl, it's something that we want to further investigate. But as always, with archaeology, you either find it at the very last day or at the end of the day. So we're going to have to come back and find out what that is. We're back today to find out what we identified right at the end of the day yesterday. Remember, we had opened up that long trench. We didn't find anything in it, so we know where this supposed road bed isn't. But right near the end, we turned around and there was our old hole that we dug during the metal detector survey where we found that coin. And that's what we're doing today. We're opening up a 1x1 unit over that possible feature that had the coin in it. Hopefully exposing and finding out what exactly is going on up here.
And I took it out on the site and I buried it.
Huh? Might be a piece of dirt.
My
Looks like
God, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It's a
at the
freaking
base of the
lake.
point.
Yeah, it is. Look how it's.
Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. Oh my
Come on,
God.
Yeah, I just took it right here.
Holy cow.
Took it right here.
Well, maybe that is a prehistoric feature in there.
Damn.
My granddaughter asked me this time, not if I was in jail. She asked me if I found anything.
See that? That's why it's worth coming out here.
All right, I was here 10 minutes and I found a half a point, a base of a point, and compared to working at the driver's site down in Greene County where I worked there 5 years, never did find a whole point or any type of a point other than maybe a point, a piece of a point. So it's pretty amazing. First 10 minutes and found something.
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have to consult a little bit here and think about it. Beautiful point, though. I mean, it looks more of a side notch instead of a corner notch. You know, it's notched here on the sides. Maybe a little.
So tell me about the point.
Well, I asked a buddy at work who really knows projectile point types, and he said it's a Chester notched projectile point knife, or PPK. It's associated with the terminal middle woodland through late woodland periods, which is roughly about 300 to 700 AD.
So you're talking 1,300 to 1,700 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Not unexpected to find something like that up there, you know, but wasn't anticipating it.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
Last week, down in this area, we found some rocks that had been in a fire. We normally call them fire-cracked rocks, but they've been reddened from being in the fire. Now we have another mystery here, since we found the base of that archaic point here. So we also found that there's some Native American influence here also. I mean, we weren't looking for that, but we found it. Now we've got an expanded mystery. So I guess we just need to keep digging and see what we find down here. Down here we have a pile of stones, so we just have to explore that.
So we're down to the top of the subsoil here, and you can see that we've identified the feature. We've cleared it off. We've taken a picture of it right now with our arrow pointing grid north. And what we're going to do next is we're going to bisect the feature, which means we're going to come in here, we're going to cut it right across here, remove everything from this half down to get an idea of what it looks like, what the rock profile looks like, and what the basin of this thing is. Hopefully that'll tell us out something a little more about it, but I mean, as of right now, it looks like a little ditch that's been backfilled. Maybe a drainage ditch or something, but we'll find out after we bisect it. It'll give us a little bit more information.
So what do we take away from this?
Well, you know, at first there was a little bit of uncertainty of whether what we had. Carl thought it might have been a prehistoric feature, but after we exposed it more, we found out that it's actually probably some kind of drainage ditch. You know, they put rocks into it to help the water to drain, you know, so it doesn't clog up and everything like that. And we took a little pointer and we went up along. We could find some of the rock as it was traveling up. I think it's something for the house.
Probably.
Or there might have been an outbuilding or something back there. It's not associated with the crematory at all. So that was a little bit of a bust. We didn't find the road that we thought we were going to find, and the feature, you know, turned out to be just something.
Well, from my standpoint, that's not the first time I've gone on a dig with you. But usually when we've gone on a dig, we find stuff like a small point or a piece of a point or something. That was the first time I actually got to watch you guys expose a feature. That thing had some size to it, and it was kind of cool when you got all the dirt off of it. You could see how the rock was laid down and everything. So, ditch or not, that was a big learning experience for me.
Yeah. You know, luckily, you know, Clay's able to speed this up because archaeology is meticulous. I mean, it's boring to watch someone excavate, but the end results are neat to see.
Absolutely.
You know, everything cleaned off, and you can see what's there. You know, and if we can glean a little bit of, you know, something for the history of the place.
And in this case, just like searchers, it's a perfect picture into the past.
Exactly.